Hello, hello. Welcome back to This Takes the Cake. It's Bianca from your Finger Lakes S&B location. And today joining me, we have I will say, planet talented, because I feel like you're all over the place, Miss Kenzie from Forever After Instantly. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me. I feel so honored to be on the This Takes the Take podcast. I'm so thankful to be here. So thank you so much.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit, are you winding down? Are you still going full tilt? Like, what is your season looking like right now? Because I know ours is kind of like mellowing in the Finger Lakes because the leaves are starting to drop and the temperatures
hmm
too. So, what is your
Yeah.
season like?
Oh my gosh. I feel like this year has just been so crazy busy. It's kind of been up and down. I will say this last month was super busy. We just got back from an international wedding a few weeks ago, which
Please
was
talk to you.
super. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you saw, I've been like posting everything from it very annoyingly because I was obsessed with it. But yeah, we just got back from Spain a few weeks ago, and then September, October, November are going to be pretty busy before we wind down in December. So fall season is still looking really busy, which is how I like it to be. So I'm really looking forward to this fall wedding season.
Mhm.
We have a lot of travel and some local weddings too, so I'm really excited.
Oh, I love that. I know. I feel like it's been like a million years since we did our wedding together. What was it, 23?
Yeah, yeah,
Like playing catch up and stalking socials and trying to
I
keep tabs.
know.
Like, girl, you're doing big things.
I know. So
I,
are you guys. So
I
are
love that.
you.
So
Thank
I've got to know,
you.
like, I obviously ours was very wedding based, but what turned you on to like content creation? Like, what drew your heart there?
Yeah, so I started wedding content creation in the fall of 2022. And so to rewind a little bit, I got married in 2021. And at the time, I was a speech pathology assistant. I was working in elementary school. I had worked with children my whole life, and I kind of thought that was like always what I was going to
It
do.
carries over.
And yeah. Exactly. And so that was like what I was doing at the time for work. And then as I started planning my wedding, I was like, wait, like I really love this. I want to like make videos about it. And at the time, like wedding content creation was not really a thing, but like hashtag wedding TikTok was. And I don't know if you remember when it was first becoming a thing, it was like I was obsessed with it. And so I was constantly sharing videos about, here's what I ordered from Amazon for my wedding, or
Yeah.
here's these bridal shower themes. And I just fell in love with chatting about what the wedding industry and all of the people in it too. It was like such a fun community. And so after I got married, I was like obsessed with all the wedding content, but I'm like, crap, like now what do I talk about?
Right? Like,
My wedding is over. Like, what do I create content about? And
yeah.
so I had a few friends online that were also like doing like the hashtag wedding content stuff at the time, who I had saw, like I will never like forget, I'd seen them making videos like, hey guys, I'm about to go like vlogging, like go vlog. They were
It was
vlogging
cute
like
for a
how they,
long time.
yes, they were like gonna go TikTok a wedding, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like I told my husband, I'm like, this would be like a dream. And
Yeah.
so he's like, you should try it out. And I'm like, okay, like I guess I can try it out. And so it like was kind of perfect timing because in 2022 we'd had a lot of friends that were like getting married, and I was like, hey, can I try this weird thing on my iPhone? It like wasn't really a thing at the time. And so getting started into that just really blossomed my love for it. And I was like, I want to make this a business. And so it quickly turned into something that ended up being my full-time job today. And so I'm forever thankful for making cringy videos online because it really did like change my life. So that's kind of how I like got into it.
I don't know that they're cringy, girl. I mean, and they're paying off for sure in a big way.
Yeah, I think it's like it's scary to put yourself out there, but you never know where it may lead you. And for me, it led me into a business I never thought I would get to be a part of. So I'm really thankful that I took that leap.
And not to mention, like, you've been filming some of my like bucket list locations. Have you checked all of yours off your list? What does that look like?
Oh my gosh, I feel so incredibly thankful. I never really was someone who grew up traveling a lot. And so
Mhm.
this career, I feel like, has just really opened up my world. I've gotten to see so many beautiful places and so many beautiful people, and it's been such a blessing. I would say like a few of my favorite that I've gotten to see
Yeah.
are like if I had to like name the top three, it'd probably be Hawaii, Paris, and Spain. Those were truly just like moments where I'm like, I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe I'm here. Like just very much like pinch me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening.
Mhm.
But yeah, those were a few on my bucket list that I had always wanted to cross off. Of course, there are a few others that I would love to visit in the future. I think I'm always dreaming of and envisioning new places that I'd love to shoot weddings and love, but I definitely have crossed off a lot of beautiful places that I'm so incredibly thankful for.
Girl, the Paris, you had
Ah,
me swooning. It was like watching Emily in Paris. Like I was watching your stories, your posts,
yeah.
like all the things, and I'm like, oh gosh, like living vicariously through your lens. Like
Ah.
seriously, let me do this again just so that I can go.
No, seriously, I told my couple from Paris, I'm like, your wedding was like one of the best days of my life. Like
Right?
not to be dramatic, like
It's like Fashion Week.
it is so unbelievable to get to do what you love in a place that like you only ever dream of in like books and movies, and then to also have just like incredible clients and an amazing experience on top of that. It's just
Mhm.
like you feel like the luckiest girl. And I do feel like the luckiest girl in the world. So I'm very thankful.
It's amazing. So
Thank
with all of
you.
that like glitz and glam and fun travel, you
Yeah.
have the stories.
Oh my
I'm sure
gosh.
you
Do
do.
I
Like
have stories? Yeah.
you got to share at least your top two.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
One
yeah,
great,
there
and then one like, what the happened?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, there definitely are lots of stories that like come to mind whenever I think about travel. Also, too, just like the logistics of traveling for weddings. Like, there have been so many times where I've spent the night on like airport floors and I like have no like just a lot of crazy stuff. For example, my associate and I, the wedding I was just talking about, we just got back from Spain. We were supposed to have like a 19-hour travel day, which again was going to be a long day, but we're like, okay, we got this. Like, we're just going to edit all of our beautiful content. Like, we just had the best wedding ever, whatever, totally fine. But on the way back, it was flight delay, flight delay, flight
Oh,
delay. It ended up taking us like 34 hours to get home, which was just like, oh my gosh, like, okay, like just trying to remain strong, trying to remain positive. But in those moments, there's literally nothing you can do whenever you're stranded at an airport and you're dealing with like TSA and all of the gate agent people. Like, it's just not the vibe. So
no, definitely not.
that is
Not the
definitely.
bar.
That's true. A glass of prosecco always helps with that if you're ever
Yeah,
feeling like that. But that definitely was not a great experience. I've also had some. I had. Hold on. I kind of want to tell you about something, but I don't know if we should like leave this in. I don't know.
go for it.
Okay, so I had one travel experience that like really sticks out to me that happened early in my career. Taught me a lot. Definitely made me want to get a lot more. I would say not strict with how I like to run things, but a little bit more detailed and a little bit more structured with like what I require when traveling and all of those kind of details. So whenever I had first started, like really, really got started doing wedding content creation, I was, always wanting to travel. And so I had maybe accepted some things that maybe now I would be a little bit more clear about, like I said. And one of those experiences included being put in a room with my bride's mom.
Wait, like
And
a
that's,
stayover room?
yeah.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, like sleeping in a room with my client's mom, and that was a very uncomfortable experience.
Take the cake.
Taught me that that takes the cake, I think. That was definitely one of the weirdest, like, oh my gosh, is this happening? Like, what is my life
Had
type
you
of
met her before
situation.
this?
No.
Oh, that's even worse.
Even, yeah, like that was the thing. I'm like, okay, we've been friends and like I knew your mom and like we were cool like that. Like I would still be like, a little bit awkward. But yeah, no, first time meeting was just told like, here, you're gonna stay in the room with my mom. And I learned a lot from that experience, I will say. Yes.
I bet a clause was added to the contract.
Yeah, must have own hotel room, must have own Airbnb. Yeah, exactly. So while I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh, like why did I do that? You don't know what you don't know. And so it
Right.
only helped me, I guess, prepare myself better for future travel weddings. So now
Yeah.
I have never been in that situation again. So
I don't know. Like, I would have probably had to negotiate a pivot there.
yeah, looking back, I definitely would have. But again, starting out, I was just kind of like this deer in headlights of like,
Yeah.
what do I do? Again, you don't know what you don't know. So try not to like beat myself up on that. But moving forward, no more shared rooms and my own personal space is much needed. So
Amen. Amen.
yeah.
So, having said that about your experience, what has the experience been like? Because content creation is kind of like newer and it's kind of almost adjacent to videography.
Yeah,
So I know that whenever we come to meetings and such, some brides know what it is, and then some are just completely clueless. So I
totally.
feel like there's a lot of space for you guys to grow in that arena. But do you feel like you're getting any kickback from video teams? Like, what does that feel like and look like?
Yeah, unfortunately, so I will say for the most part, I've had a lot of very welcoming people, a lot of people in this industry that have trusted me from the very beginning that I feel like have really helped me grow my career that I wouldn't have been able to if I hadn't have had that support and that,
Yeah,
that good community to begin with. But on the other side, there definitely, and I'm sure like you're smiling, you probably have seen some of the discourse around wedding content creation. I think a lot of people have opinions on it. Some
yeah,
of those are opinions that are like very welcoming, and some of those are not. And so I have definitely had my fair share of experiences, good and bad. But I'm very thankful for the people that have accepted and have been proponents to this new service because
yeah,
I know it is something new in the wedding industry. And I think that can always, raise red flags, raise questions, and kind of make people, maybe be like, what's going on? What is this thing? Is this a
yeah,
threat to my job? And I will say, like, as a wedding content creator, and a lot of the wedding content creators that I've talked to, our goal is never to, take a wedding videographer's job or
right,
take over this space. I feel like I especially am so keen on collaboration and working with the people
yeah,
around me. But some people I know don't have that mindset, which can make it very difficult. And so I think as a wedding content creator and just any vendor in general, I think it's so important that we're welcoming and open and understanding to not only our couples and what they want, but also the other professions and the other people that we're working with along the way.
yeah, definitely. And we see a lot of that too, especially with our adjacent partners, the venue
Hmm.
coordinators,
Yeah.
who love partnering with. Like it's a perfect marriage, no pun intended, but lots of pun intended. I mean, it's we're a team. Like at the end of
Totally.
the day, we're a team with you, with
Yeah.
photo. Like it's all one collective unit. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people do lose sight of that, and it's it's like a territorial situation, and it's like it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about the couple. Like
Exactly.
let
So, like,
the
if my couple wants to hire a churro stand or a videographer team with 9 videographers, whatever that is, like,
yeah,
that is what they want. And I think that's what we have to remember that this is our couple's most important day. It's not just for, our Instagram or our
right.
portfolio or what we're capturing. It's their wedding day and what they're going to look back on forever. So, no matter what vendor they choose to hire, what team they decide to have, I think it's so important that we respect that and encourage them to do what makes them happy and feels most like them.
That's so true. Now,
Yeah.
when you guys go, I know you said like 9 videographers, and sometimes there are like heavy teams, like
Yeah,
a lot of variables, if you will. So
totally.
whenever you go, does your team vary in size? Like if you do an international versus
Mhm.
domestic, like is there a what do you normally travel with?
Yeah, so typically for our local and our destination weddings within the US, we typically will travel with one content creator. We always have that option to add on a second shooter, which I always do love that when our couples add that on. I think it always just adds a great perspective. And of course, like one of us, we can capture everything, but I always love having an alternate perspective for,
Right.
moments like a first look or during the ceremony. One person can have a good shot on the couple, one can be, looking over at mom and dad or at grandparents and getting their reactions and stuff like that. So I think it's always great for us to have multiple shooters if possible, but some couples they prefer to just have one. But if we are traveling internationally, especially, I like to have someone with me also too for safety and for extra coverage. I think it's great to have someone with us to travel and it can be a lot, especially an international wedding with multiple events, a big team. And
Yeah,
so having someone else I think just adds that extra security.
definitely. I can't
Yeah.
imagine just from seeing your footage that you've done on your destination coverage.
Yeah.
There is no way that this girl is capturing all of that and
Yeah.
making it look as pretty as you do. Like I
Oh,
just feel like it's seamless, and that's
thank
amazing.
Thank you. And I feel so lucky too. The girls that work with me are just absolutely incredible. And so many of our couples in our wedding days would not be the same without them. And so having a team of trusted creators has really just, I feel like, opened up like opportunities for me and our team, but also our clients to, get them great content and help them capture their day. So I'm incredibly thankful for that too.
Yeah, and girl, you've taken off. Like I said, like when we first started chatting before we started filming, like it's been a fun journey to watch.
Thank
Can you tell
you.
everyone about your newest adventure?
Oh my gosh, yes. So earlier this year, I launched a wedding content education course, which was so fun. So like I was mentioning earlier, I previously had my career was in education.
Mhm.
And so I had kind of missed out on that teaching the group aspect. And I think that's one thing too in the wedding industry. Of course we get to be with people on the weekend and stuff like that, but it's very rare that we get to work with people one-on-one that are in our same industry, if that makes sense. Like I'm not really getting to go to a wedding where there's other wedding content creators. We're not really getting to have those conversations. We're not getting to talk openly about, what are we actually doing with our clients? How are we securing clients? What do our client processes look like? How are we editing, filming? It's not always easy to have those conversations. And so throughout the last few years, I started to get a lot of DMs about people asking me like, hey, how are you doing this? Or do you have any advice on this? And it was always so fun to answer those through DMs. But it got to this point where I was like, wait, like, I actually do have a lot of things that I think I could share that would be really relevant and really helpful to people who are just starting out because whenever I first started out, I didn't really have a lot of people to look forward to, which caused me to make a lot of mistakes and a lot of learning lessons that
Yeah,
really
that's
taught me a
true.
lot. Yeah. And so earlier this year, I launched the Isle and the Edit, which, like I said, was my wedding content education course. And I'm actually looking to do another session this fall/winter. So I'll be releasing dates soon, but it's perfect for wedding content creators who are just getting started, who have maybe been in the industry for a little bit, but are looking to, like I said, improve their client processes, how they're filming on wedding days. We talk all about settings and angles and how we're editing to create the best content. So it's been
Not
an
real
incredible,
moms.
yeah, yes, yeah. So it's been an incredible experience and such a fun way for me to connect with other wedding content creators all over the world. So it's been amazing.
I love that.
Thank
What's your
you.
process normally look like? Say like a bride reaches out to you via Instagram Messenger
Yeah.
or message, whatever. What are the next steps? Like how do they set up consult? How do they go through the process with you?
Yeah, so with all of our clients, if they're either inquiring on our website or if they're DMing me, I'm usually sending them over to our inquiry form.
Right.
We do ask quite a few questions, but I love to gather as much information as possible. Any way that I'm able to like kind of look into their day, get excited about it, hear all the details. It really helps us determine if we'll be a good fit if we're available.
Right.
So we send over the inquiry form or they inquire on our website, and then we like to set up a consultation call, a video call, like just like we're having right now. Again, to get face to face, have those conversations. We like to see, if we're a good fit, what the vibe is. So we have our consultation call. We kind of chat all about their wedding day. We
Yeah.
talk about moments we'll capture, what that looks like on wedding day, if they're, if they are hiring photo and video and how we can work alongside them. And then after that consultation call, we send over a proposal, which will include, the package that they're interested in, any travel that's necessary, and then a deposit. And then throughout that process, we always encourage our clients if you want to text us or you see DMs or you want to be in contact with us, like we love to hear from our clients. So we always encourage them to, keep that open line of communication. If they see something and they're like, oh, this is the vibe, like please DM me. We love getting to chat with our couples. So then once we're working through this process together, we do send over a questionnaire later on to go over their timeline. We talk about key moments, audios that they want to see included. I tell my clients, I'm going to send you guys a questionnaire that's kind of like an ACT. It's like a little bit long, but I promise you it
You
really,
want
really
to
helps
nail
us.
it.
Yeah, it really helps us capture their day, as best as we can. So,
Yeah.
and then on wedding day, we show up, we work alongside their media team, and we execute that content plan that we've worked so hard on over the last few months or however long it is that we've been working together.
Did you think we were crazy when you got our timeline and layout?
Oh my God. I thought you guys were so badass. I'm not gonna lie. Like you girls have got it together. And I wish every timeline that I got was from you guys. So
It's so funny because even in the last couple of weekends, like we've had
yeah.
obviously multiple weddings, but the feedback that we get the most is
Yes.
the details, the details, the details. And I'm like, I'm not mad at giving you, an 11 to 15 page,
Yeah.
you know, just outline of what the weekend's gonna look like. We need it.
Yeah. Like I'm a detail girl, and the more that I know, I feel like about our couple, about the day, about the decor, whatever it is, it helps us best capture their day. So like I
Yeah.
love girls like you. I love planners like you who are like, so on top of it and so type A. I think the more information that we all know, it just helps us serve our couples better. So I'm a huge fan of those long textbook timelines.
Right? I mean, I feel like sometimes it's to be expected, like the information,
Totally.
depends on the venue and of course the event itself, but it's so helpful. I would much rather have more information and know exactly what the expectations are than I mean, this season and last season, we actually started getting we'll ask brides, can you just send us over your inspo?
Mhm.
Little did we know we were going to receive like 60 plus, 70 plus page Canva presentations.
Like their decks.
Yes, it's so refreshing because you've got some brides that actually know exactly what they want. Whereas
Totally.
you know how it is. Sometimes they're like, I don't know. Or it's like, well, okay, well, what inspired you to hire a content creator? What did you see a
Yes.
reel? Did you see what brought you to me? And a
Mhm.
lot of times I don't know if it's just the overwhelm of what's available on social media now, or if it's something that they envisioned from when they were 5 being captured, you know?
Yeah, and that's like such a good point too. I think planning a wedding right now is super hard because while it's amazing all of the resources that we
Yeah.
have and the access that we have to everything, like it's a lot. And so whenever I'm talking to my couples, I'm like, I know it's a lot and I don't know how you
Mhm.
can kind of, sometimes take everything that you see but also like zone in on what you want because there's a lot of opinions and a lot of options for everything, especially for wedding planning right now. So that's such a good point.
It's wild. And the things,
Yeah.
these poor brides, I couldn't imagine right now, just because there is so much available, when they're hiring us, 2 years in
Mm.
advance. Can you imagine just 2 years ago what the trends were, what the colors were, what was included in the day? Like
Yeah.
we've got a wedding coming up, and I mean, we're talking the cannoli filler, fireworks, the whole nine. Like it's a production. It's gonna be
Wow.
beautiful, but 2 years ago, what?
Yeah, it's so because I got married in 2021 and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh, that was only for you." It was a complete like we're talking like pampas grass, we're talking like like oranges and you know what I'm saying? Like it was
burlap.
complete burlap, pampas grass, like all
No.
like black and white everything. Like it was just such a different world and it's crazy to see how fast things change and what
Yeah,
I think is always important too is that like the couples too that are seeing all of this that they're doing what feels true to them. I think like you'll see people saying like, "Oh, don't use burlap." But like, girl, if you want to use burlap. Like if that's what you want to do, do it. And I think that's what's really important is that our couples are choosing what's important to them
yeah,
and creating a wedding day that feels like them. So,
yeah. I
but there's
think
a lot out there.
that's the hardest thing. I don't know what it's like for whenever they're asking you for content stuff, but
Yeah.
asking them for inspo and you get a response like, okay, well, what's your vibe? And then you
Mhm.
respond with, especially where I'm at, rustic. Okay, well, what does that mean to you? Because there's so many different interpretations of what rustic means. It could be
Exactly.
chic. It could be like straight up dirt floor barn. Like, what does that mean to you? So, how do
Right.
your clients, like when you get clients and you're doing the consult and you're going through this, like, how do you ask them to send you like inspo reels? Like, what does that look like as far as
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I do kind of send over like a little ACT, like a huge
yeah,
long questionnaire. But so I have it kind of separated. So one of the pages we're talking about like all of their vendors that they're included. So I get their vendor list, to make sure I can properly credit them on their wedding day. Then I have another section that's strictly logistics. So we're talking, what time and where are we arriving on wedding day, where and include the address. I don't want to,
yeah,
any issues like that. We go through all logistics. And then the last slide or the last page is all about content. So we're asking questions like which edits are you drawn to? Are you a black and white girl? Do you like it? Do you like slow-mo? Do you like quick, fast, high energy? Like what vibe of content do you like? So we kind of ask them, what edits are they drawn to? I ask them to include links if there's any
yeah,
content that they want to create or if there's any content like edits that they're really drawn to. And I think this really gives me a good idea because again, we can get a timeline, but that doesn't necessarily always include like how you want it captured or what does you want this to feel like. And
yeah,
I think that's so important, especially with content, because it is so candid and it is so natural and real that we want the content to reflect our couple. So we ask them questions about, what edits are they drawn to? Are there any audios that you love or artists that you or songs that you're like, absolutely not, do not include that in my video. We
Yeah.
really like to make sure that our which we always get a lot of funny options for that, but I think it's always just great, the more questions that you can ask to dive into exactly what your couples are looking for. And also to like, of course, we're able to like read the vibe. If on wedding day you and your partner are, so fun and high energy, we're not going to make you this video that's like
Weepy.
somber and yeah, like everybody's bawling their eyes out. We're gonna make it fit the couple, but again, any information that we can get or any examples, we love seeing that so we can get a good idea of what our couples are looking for.
What are your most requested right now? Like, what's trending for you
Oh my
guys?
gosh.
Are
Yeah,
you getting
what
like
is trending right?
DM'd hardcore, like all of these like, same reels, or
Yeah, so okay, there are like always different trends that are happening, like, different transitions or different cute little fun videos here and there. But a lot of my couples right now are the reason that they're saying they're wanting to hire a content creator is because it feels candid and real. And they're telling me that they want all of the content, which again, I know we kind of talking about earlier about, photo, video, and content and the difference between kind of all of those. And
Mhm.
I think that is one thing that really draws people to wedding content creation is that full gallery. So we're delivering every moment. And I always tell clients that, of course, we're taking photos and videos of literally everything and we're delivering them all because we don't want to choose what moments are most important to you. Because, we may know, again, from the timeline or the shot list, we may know what you're looking for or like what you're hoping for. But some of the things that we may take photos and videos of on wedding day, you may not know were happening or maybe weren't even planned for. So I think it's really important. You never know what's going to happen. And a lot of the beauty lies in those little moments like that. So delivering those all, I think, is a huge draw for clients nowadays to be able to remember their wedding day. Because I don't know about like anybody else, but I blacked out on my not from like drinking, but from just like the adrenaline and all of these
Overload?
things happening. So being able to relive everything, I think, is a huge draw for clients right now.
Oh, definitely, for sure. It's, I would say, one of the biggest things that we ask is the top three. Like, whenever your
Hmm.
wedding is over, what do you
Yeah,
want people to say about your day?
that's a
And
good question.
it's been, I would say, probably at least half, if not more. They just want it to feel authentic. Authenticity has
Hmm.
been a word that's come through this season. And that's why,
Yeah.
like, when we're matching vendors with our couples, we try to
Hmm.
match their vibe. So we
Yes.
have one photo video team that we work with pretty frequently, but it's the type of coverage that is very authentic. They've gone
Hmm.
back to like film, which is cool because
Yes.
it's been gone for a
Yes.
minute,
Hmm.
everything's digital, but they can capture it to where you can get goosebumps from seeing a photo.
Yeah.
So when people are like very sentimental, very emotionally driven, I'm like, oh, I know your people.
Hmm.
And it's so fun to make that like match.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think it is so important to have that match because, of course, like, not, I'm not going to say anybody, but anybody can show up with
take a
a
photo.
phone or a camera and, take a photo or a video. But you want to like your vendors, you are going to be with that media team or planner, whoever it is, more than likely more than your partner on wedding day. And so making sure that it's someone that you trust, that you feel comfortable around, that understands you and your wedding day and what you want.
Mhm.
Because also too, like I always tell my clients that like, we're there to capture content, but I don't ever want you to feel like you have to do stuff for content. Again,
Right.
this is your wedding day. I'm not here because, I have this agenda of all of these things that I want to get. I'm there for you. And so I think that's very important that you guys have that mutual understanding and you guys are able to get along like that. And so having the match and people that you can refer to that fully understand your couple, I think is really important.
I think that's huge. And we talk about that stuff during our consults too. And we're like, somebody could be offering a great deal or whatever,
Yeah,
but don't be sold on the fact that you're going to save money. If you don't vibe with a vendor or a person,
totally.
that's your wedding day. Like, do you want to deal with that? Or if your personalities clash all day long, like, that's a lot. That's an investment that you want to use
Totally.
of sound mind and
Yeah.
do it well.
Yeah, for sure. And like you don't ever want that to be the reason that somebody has a regret on their wedding day based on like who they chose to capture it or who they chose to spend it with.
Right.
So again, like being like hopping on a call, whether that's a phone call or a video call and like really getting to know them is I think for me especially and other media team members, I think is a really good idea to make sure you guys are vibing is really
Yeah.
important.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it could create or originate some interesting content if they didn't do
Yes,
that.
that's for that. Yeah, which is so true. One of my my videos that I just posted not too long ago, Mike, it was okay. I'm never gonna stop talking about this Spain wedding. I'm sorry, but I
It's
just posted a
beautiful.
video of thank you of Mike again. I was super close with those clients from the very beginning. We just really clicked, and so we were able to like I was really able to understand her vision, and she had this vision of like talking about how she's such a chill bride, and so we made this really fun video together of like her being a chill bride. And then inputting all of the videos of her just being like the most extra incredible like type A bride ever. And so again, like I wouldn't have thought to do an edit like that if we didn't really click and know each other. So I think it makes for the best content sometimes too.
It was so funny though because she played it so well. Anybody who hasn't seen it needs to go watch it.
I know, I'm like, that is my girl. Go watch it. She was
Yes.
such a vibe. And it's so fun to create content too that like feels like your couple, you know? Like
Yeah.
it makes it really fun and exciting to get to do stuff like that. So
I feel like sometimes if it's too off the wall, the family sees it and they're like, "What? What are you going for here? Like, what is happening right now?"
I know, I'm like, Mom, I promise I still made like, the beautiful highlight reels and whatever, but like we just gotta make this little fun thing on the side to like really show the vibe.
I feel, yeah, yes, definitely. But there's times throughout the day when I'm looking around and I'm just like, "Okay, how did we get here?"
Yeah.
Like in a good
What
way. Like
happened? Yeah.
we came over, like we overcame some wild obstacles, and here we are. Everyone's
Hmm.
happy. It's going well. Like
Yes.
it's been a marathon.
But don't you wish you could sometimes have on like a GoPro or something to like look back and be like, holy shit, we just made it through that?
It's funny because some of our teams actually do like have the wearables, like the police.
Yes. Hmm.
So I've thought about either doing the mic'd up or wearing that, but at the same
Yes.
time, I'm just like, I know myself and I know my mouth. So it would be beep after beep after beep. Comical,
The
but
whole day. It's just like a a highlight reel.
yes. Have you seen the guy? Yes, there's a guy on Instagram. He's a planner, and it's like F is every other word.
I
So
love it, but I think like also like that's the authentic, that is the real, like that's what we were just talking about. I think people love that content. I think it's fun to watch and it's relatable. So I would love it if you ever did that. I'll be the first one in the comments and in the likes.
probably be like shut down from Instagram,
Yeah. It's like user not found.
right? But the good thing is like the same minds, like the brides that we have,
Yeah.
it's either on the forefront or we pull it out of them, and that's the fun part to watch because they start out in consult and
Yes.
they're all like shy
Like
and
all
quiet.
proper. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get to like call three and they're like dropping F bombs, talking to you in the car, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
here we are, you're human.
Yeah, it's like we're all human. Like
Right.
we can have like this not like, and I've seen people talk about that too, how like in their emails they want to like put hearts and smiley faces. And I'm
We
like,
do.
okay, so I do put hearts and smiley faces because that's just like how I feel when I'm responding to emails. So
Yeah.
yeah, it may not be like the most professional thing, but like I'm a human and that's how I like to talk with people. So I think again, it's fun whenever you get to see that human side of vendors and the clients that you're working with.
Yeah.
It's really special.
We're not robots. We're
Yeah.
actual people with emotions who are gonna
Yeah.
not cry at your wedding, especially the father-daughter, because
Yeah.
that's my MO. I have to
I
excuse myself every
know.
time. The speeches. Like, how do
I,
you make it through that stuff?
Oh, I don't. I definitely always have. So like, luckily, so first, like if we're talking about like speeches, I will like put one phone up to like record the whole thing in
Yeah.
full, and then I'll have my other phone, getting different like reactions or whatever. But so behind this phone that I'm holding, you may hear a few little sniffles as I'm recording
Uh-huh.
because that like
It's
yeah,
brutal.
I can't make it through dances, speeches, a lot of moments without at least a few tears in my eyes. So you're
Right?
not alone in that. Yeah.
Girl, in July, I literally thought they were gonna have to pressure wash me. Yeah, one of my leads got married in July, and
Oh,
it was the sweetest thing. Like she lost her dad years ago, and
oh.
every guy like came up to step in to show her support. So they danced with her, and it was just like a line of them that came and like danced her around the floor. It was just so sweet, and I was just ugly crying from
Oh
afar.
my
It
gosh.
was rough.
That is so special. It's so special and I think like it's so incredible that we get to witness all of these different ways that
Yeah.
couples will incorporate different traditions and different things into their wedding day. Something like that is so meaningful and something that you don't get to see a lot. And I would have lost it too. I don't know how you did hold it together for that. That must have been
Oh
hard.
no, girl, I didn't. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was not cute. It was not one of my finer moments, but it was authentic.
It was authentic. There we go. It goes back to the authentic.
I
You were
mean, it
just being you.
oh God. Well, this has been fun. I want to ask you though, before we sign off, if you will,
Yeah.
what advice do you have to anyone that's thinking about becoming or diving in? What can you provide as far as words of wisdom?
Oh my gosh. I heard this quote and I've talked to my girls in my course about this quote. There's a quote, oh my gosh. Hold on, there's a quote by Theodore Roosevelt and it's like, do what you can with what you have where you are. And I know it sounds very simple,
I love that.
but I think whenever you're thinking about jumping into wedding content creation or any business, I think it can be so easy to be like, oh, well, once I get this phone or once I'm in this place or once I have this or this or this. I think there's so much magic with where you are right now. If I would have waited to start back in 2022, if I would have waited until I had, the nicest newest phone, the nicest gimbal, whatever it was, I think I would have missed out on a lot.
Mm.
And I think the same can be said with, posting on social media or just putting yourself out there. Do what you can with what you have where you are. I live in Oklahoma. Like I never would have thought that like posting little videos here would have gotten to me the places that I am. So I think remembering where you are, there's so much that can come from that. So don't ever count yourself out before you even get started. So I think number one, like believing in yourself. I know it can be really scary and really hard to put yourself out there, but that would be my number one. And then number two, if you're wanting to get into wedding content creation, I think something that's super important is having a diverse portfolio. So clients want to be able to go to your page and see themselves in some way in your page. So if you are able to creating different types of content. So whether that is attending a styled shoot or attending a retreat or maybe even second shooting for a content creator that you respect. I know a lot of people in this industry are very open to helping each other out. I don't know if anybody has Oklahoma on their destination list, but if anybody ever is dying to shoot in Oklahoma, I would always be open to having someone come and learn and second shoot. I think any opportunity that you can get to practice and to create content is going to make you a better creator. So believing in yourself, I think, and then giving yourselves opportunities. So again, whether that is attending styled shoots or second shooting or offering content for vendors, any way that you're able to get in there, create content and get as diverse a portfolio as possible, those would be my two things I would really recommend.
I love that. Well, tell everybody where they can stalk you like we do,
Oh my
and how
gosh.
they can get
Okay.
in touch for
Yeah.
both of your services.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can follow us on Instagram at Forever After Instantly. We are also Forever After Instantly on TikTok. And then our website, foreverafterinstantly.com, you can find our inquiry form if you'd like to inquire for services. And then we also have our wait list for the Aisle and the Edit, which is our wedding content education course. And new dates will be launching soon. So if you are a wedding content creator who is looking to get into this industry, I would absolutely love to have you. And they can, again, find that on our website at www.foreverafterinstantly.com.
I
So,
love it. I hope we get to work
hey,
together again. This
me
season's winding down, but
too.
hopefully next season.
Bianca, I would love that. I want one of your textbook timelines in my hand, and I want to be working alongside you. So, fingers crossed that that gets to happen soon.
Okay, you send me one of your international brides for planning, and I will link them with content.
Okay, you know what?
We'll switch.
Okay, we'll work something out. We'll work something out.
Then we can just do a girls' trip for a
Perfect.
great wedding in the midst.
There we go. It sounds like a dream team to me.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you
Thank
being here, and we hope to have you back in the future with some more updates and
Yes.
stories.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun. I really, really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I'm Bianca with Finger Lakes SMB. You can find me at Bianca at Stunning and Brilliant Events. Shoot me an email. Find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of the platforms. We're everywhere. We're coming for you.